Welcome everybody to the video today. Today's video, we're going to take y'all along and we're going to show y'all the updates that we've done to the condo this week. We've got a lot going on and we've got a lot of progress made. I always love to bring y'all some footage of the beautiful water because every day the water looks different. So on this day we had a lot of little birds flying, we had a lot of clouds in the sky, but I thought the water was absolutely beautiful. This week, Ben finished up the painting. He got the whole condo painted, and through the video, I'm going to start it out, and I'm going to let him update you on the paint job and a few little things that he's going around and doing touch-ups after he got it painted and a few touch-ups he's having to do to the condo before we can move forward on the trim.
So I guess this is the one I've been looking for, the last one. I'm in the pantry. I just got to cut it in a little bit. I got some corners and this one electrical outlet right here around the ceiling. It's pretty dark in here. The camera makes it look lighter, but hopefully I get this done. I think most everywhere else I've got 2 coats on it. It looks good. We're happy with it. I've got to do some more around the electrical outlets. I've got to do put some of the crack spackling there so the covers fit. I'll show you some of that later, but yeah, I'm pretty pleased with the paint. I'm ready now. I think it's Wednesday today. Hopefully next week, but maybe Monday, I'm going to take the rest of this week and get my materials, but I'll be ready to start running the crown molding, the baseboard. I'm thinking optimistically maybe I can get that done in a week. It'll just be me working by myself. So when you only do something like that about every 5 years, it'll take me a while to figure out what I'm doing, how to make my cuts and everything, but I'll get you some footage of that. So it's a lot going on. Things are really moving. So I'm going to get this finished up and we'll move around and do a few more things today.
And I think the hardest part of painting this pantry was trying to lug this huge ladder in there and try not to nick the paint he already has on the wall. But he was successfully got the ladder in there, and he's just going to go in now and finish cutting in the pantry and getting where the, up toward the ceilings and the high places. Then he's going to move that huge ladder out, and now he's just got the little low spots to get painted, and the pantry will be done.
So you saw me get the ladder in here and get it out. It was kind of close quarters in here. Luckily, once I got the ladder set up, I didn't have to move it anymore in here. So I've got everything up top done. Now I'm just finishing cutting in. I want to give y'all just a couple little tips, tricks that I've found. Everybody may know these, but it's new to me. When you do your cutting in, especially in a dark place like this, they had to mix this paint for some reason. They didn't carry the base in 5 gallons, they only carried the base. Because when they mix paint, no matter what color you're getting, basically they're going to mix, it's mostly just a base and then they add some tint to it to get the color you want. But they'd only do it with the gallons, which I like that because you pour it out of the gallon into your paint tray, use it all up with your roller. You just leave a very little bit in the bottom, say maybe 1/4 of an inch, if that much. That way when you're painting, all you got to do is just stick your brush in, touch the bottom, and you get the right amount of paint on your brush. Because when you're using a paint can, it's half full or whatever, you stick it in, you get paint up to here on your brush. That's just a big mess, but this makes it simple. Just tap it in there. If you want more paint, you just hit it, 2 or 3 times, and you got your paint on there. And away you go. Makes it work really good in the dark. Another tip is with your brushes, just wrap them up in a little plastic shopping bag, put them in the refrigerator. I've painted this entire condo with this one brush. I've washed it 1 time. That's right, only washed it 1 time. That saves a lot of time. So we got paint. Just touch it, more paint, and away we go. So I'm trying to go through I'll start to say as I'm getting the paint done, but I'm pretty much done with the paint now. But I got to go through and put all these pretty little plates on all the outlets. I only got like, 8,000 in the place, but I worked on this one yesterday and I put some spackling at the top. Still not real happy with that. And I don't know if the plate seems like it wants to sit out too far. And then I got to look and I don't know how, there's a hole at the bottom I totally missed. So this is a time-consuming process. I guess the sheetrocker could have done a better job. I'm not pointing fingers. I don't know. I've heard people on both sides saying you know, you're a good painter and fix this no problem. So I don't know, but I'll go through and get it done.
So now Ben's just going to go around with the putty and just go around some of these light switches and just see if he can kind of smooth out some of these edges. These are the top details right here that are so time consuming, but they've got to be done. You know, because when you have your finished product, you know, a lot of these things, you can see them. You know, whether people will notice them or you will notice them in time once you get, you know, once you get moved in and stuff, who knows? Because I don't go over at people's houses and really notice nicks and stuff on their walls and on their light switches, to be totally honest, and I don't think we'll notice it either. But right now, things like this just really stick out to you, and while you're in the mode of fixing it up, you want to, you know, do it right. So now we're so excited. We're in town and we're about to go and purchase our trim. Y'all, I think we need about 60 pieces of trim. So Ben has calculated the square footage of the whole house for baseboards and the trim molding that will run around the ceiling. So we're going to a place in our local town in Athens, Alabama called Flanagan's Lumber Company. This place has been in business for years. And if you're from the local area, you have probably shopped here because they are some of the best people and have great customer service. But they have a really big setup. This building right here is the one that houses a lot of the trim pieces that we're going to need. So we just went in and there was a guy standing there just waiting to help us. And y'all can see this huge aisle right here. This is trim. So you can get just about any kind of size, any kind of, you know, decorative piece. You can get it primed. You can get MDF. You can get natural wood if you want to stain it. I mean, it was pretty much endless. So I'm so glad this guy was here to help us because Ben pretty much had an idea of what he wanted. So he's just kind of showing Ben where the pieces are that we're going to need for our condo and actually the size of the molding that we're going to go with. And here is some of the natural. So if you want to get natural wood, they have all of that too. So if you want to paint it yourself or if you want to stain it, they pretty much have a huge selection. The molding that we are going to go with as far as our baseboards is this going to be, I think this was 7 inches. And I think this comes like 18 foot long. So we're glad we brought the really big trailer that we have so we can load it and get it to the condo. Now the way Flanagan's works is you get your product out of one building and then you go and pay in another building. So once you get everything that you need, all of your supplies loaded up, then you stop off at another building with a receipt and you go in and you pay. So we are just getting it all loaded up, and there is all those 16-foot pieces, and I think we needed 19 of those. So we're just going to get all this stuff loaded up, and then once we get it loaded, then we're going to go to the next building, and we're going to pay for it and see how much damage we've done. All right, let's see how much we spent. How much was the damage for the trim? What was the damage?
$904.78.
All right, we got some trim. Now let's go home and put it up.
Let's get it to the second floor.
Oh yeah, now we get to carry it up to the second floor. How many pieces we got?
50.
50-something pieces?
60, I don't know.
Oh wow, this is gonna be fun. So y'all stay tuned.
Do the little stuff first.
Okay, y'all, we are here at the condo with the trailer full of our trim. So this is the method that we're gonna try to get it up to the second floor. We've got like maybe some spotty rain moving in the area. So of course we gotta get all this unloaded and get it up there and get it off our trailer because we don't have anywhere to store it to protect it from the rain. So this is what we're gonna try. So we'll keep y'all updated on how this method goes. So we tried different ways of doing it. We first started out, Ben would pick up about 3 of these. Now these are the smaller, not as wide pieces, so they weren't as heavy. And I actually could carry a couple of these myself. They are very long and awkward, but he would just stand them up against the rail of the condo. And then once he got some of them stood up, then I went and kind of held them at the bottom just to make sure they didn't fall down. And another thing that was a challenge was, you can see these 2 cars parked here. If those cars wasn't parked there, we could have backed the trailer in and we would have not had as far to walk. But some days those parking spaces are empty and we can make use of them, and sometimes there's cars in them, so we have to park as close as we can get. So he is just, you know, now going to take it in the pieces, as you know, and I kind of helped put them up over the rail as I could from the bottom, and then he would just get the tops of them and just kind of slide them over the rail and then take them in and stack them up. And that's kind of how we started out, and as we went, we kind of learned better ways to do it. We actually even stacked them. We moved down a little bit and stacked them actually down there in the space in front of the door. So here he is, how he just kind of pulls them up, and like I say, the ones that we had 19 pieces of, the 7-inch ones, of course, those were the heavier ones, but we managed to get them all in there, and I don't know how long it took us. It was less than a couple hours, but we got them all in the condo. We got them all stacked up, and that's another thing about a remodel is, you know, you've got stuff sitting everywhere because nothing's really got a place yet. You don't want to move all this heavy stuff around a bunch of times because it's heavy. So we're just going to, you know, make the best of it. So now we're just kind of going around and doing all these little details. Now that Ben has went and puttied and sanded around a lot of the light switches and these plugs and stuff and the cable outlets, now we're just going to go in now and put all the covers back on. We're going to use some existing covers that we had. Some we bought new at Walmart, and they were very inexpensive if you just use these little, you know, these little plain white ones. And we're just going in and doing little stuff like this as we go, because this is the kind of stuff you have to do, but it, you know, and it takes up time, but you know, it just really starts pulling it all together. Now I'm just going to do a simple DIY here. I just took the central unit vent home, and you can see it's got some rust on it. So we're going to reuse it, and like y'all have seen in our previous videos, we're trying to reuse as much stuff as we can, and just take things like this, refresh it with a good can of paint, and put it back up. And you know, that's kind of things that you don't have to spend money on and buy it new. So I'm just going to start out with some cheap Walmart spray, and then I'm going to end up and use my good Rust-Oleum spray for my last coat. Now we're going to show you how we put up that light fixture that I painted in last weekend's video. Okay, y'all, we are in the guest bathroom. We took the light fixture down, and as I showed y'all, we took it down, we took it home. I took the bulbs off of it. It was that chrome silver, and we just spray painted it. So that's what we're trying to do to save money. We're trying to use existing fixtures, but just try to refresh them with some paint and, you know, just kind of update them. So we are now installing it. So right now it's kind of dark in here because this is our light. So until Ben gets it hooked back up, it's kind of dark, but just wanted y'all to see how easy it is. Just take down outdated light fixtures, spray paint them, put them back up, and reuse them. And if you want to see what color paint that I used on this and how I've just spray painted this bathroom light fixture, I'll have a linked playlist down below, and it was in last weekend's video. But it's such an easy, budget-friendly DIY to do, just to use your existing light fixtures, just spray paint them, you know, with whatever kind of style that you're going with in your home at that time. Alright, the light fixture is hung. We originally were going to take this mirror down, but it is somehow glued to the wall. So for now, we're going to leave it. We may frame it out just to give it a little bit more detail, but right now we're not going to tear up the wall just to take this mirror down. So we're going to just try to, you know, work with what we've got. But we've got the light fixture. Oh, wow. All right. Now we've got a nice little bright guest bathroom.
And somebody forgot to put the globes up there.
You know, we always have to forget something. Hey, but we had to test it to see if it works. Okay, now we're gonna go back in the dark and we're gonna go get the globes and put the globes on. And we are even using the existing globes that went with this light fixture. And I don't know if y'all have priced globes for light fixtures lately, but they can run up in the money. I just took these home, and while I was spray painting the light fixture, I just went and I washed the globes really well, and that just made a world of difference because they had gotten very dirty through the remodel. So now they look like they are brand new. All right, now we got the globes on. Now we're going to do this again, put the bulbs back in, so we will have some light. I think this is going to make a huge difference. Like I say, just use your existing light fixtures and spray paint them. And we're going with this like burnt amber or whatever it's called, because to me, this color right here to me stays, you know, in trend, I think, more than the silver and the gold do.
This is the wrong color.
Uh-oh. Wrong color light bulb. You know, light bulbs, they have like 50 million choices now, so if they're different, then the lighting is so different and it looks weird.
I don't know what everybody else likes, but I'm a fan of daylight. I hope it's the same.
Looks like it. All right. Now, updated light fixture. There we go.
I like it.
Yeah, I do too. Looks good. And we're also spray painting the towel holder that was over there, where you see the anchors in the wall, and we run out of spray paint, so I'm going to pick up another can at Walmart, but we're also going to just spray paint the towel holder and put it back up. Okay, y'all, we're going to wrap up this video here. We got a lot more content coming your way. Everything with the condo is going really well, and we're starting to really make some huge strides. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss any content. We try to post over here weekly. So until then, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all, and we'll see you again soon.